Oh, yeah. Anytime you get, so that's what, like, when you look and you're going to bet, anytime when you have those high over-unders, that's what you're looking for. You look at those high over-unders, that's when you want to go and shoot for those prop bets of anytime touchdown scores, because Vegas is predicting them. If it's anything like 49 and above, they're projecting, you're going to get at least 4 to 5, 6 touchdowns in that game. So, like, what you're looking for is a high probability who's going to be those touchdown scorers in those games. Friends, countrymen, fellow degenerates, welcome back to this episode of Bets and Buds. We are the Buds helping you cash your bets. I am Jason Smoking Token.
I'm Bobby Light.
Welcome back, everybody. We are entering week 2 of the NFL season, week 3 of the college football season.
Yep.
We are rolling along. Football season is back, and it is glorious, baby.
Yes, it is.
Glorious.
That was a fun first week.
Well, it was fun for you, Bobby. It was not fun for me. I got my ass kicked by the book. Yeah,
you didn't have a good week.
Oh, yeah. Week 1 is usually not a good time for me. Early part of the season, it's like I start getting my little stride once we start getting around Halloween.
This is where I get scared in the second week, because I usually start out pretty good, and then that second week's, it's usually pretty bad because I tend to overreact.
Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of... Usually, once I kind of get to see a picture, it helps me out to kind of paint the picture a little bit better. So, you know, I'm a copy artist. I'm not a fresh freehand artist. I'm a copy artist. Like, all right, you put the picture out there, I can mimic that shit real good, you know. But I can't freehand the shit and paint it like Picasso right off the get go. So, you know, let's dive on into this action here.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and dive into action. So we got the Commanders at the Packers, brother, for Thursday night. That's going to be a huge Thursday night game.
Yes, it is. I mean, because Washington comes out, and, I mean, they did not look sharp against the Giants.
They didn't, but, I mean, you know, they were solid enough. The Giants got a solid defense. The defense of the Commanders looked good. That's what was impressive more than anything else, is their defense looked good.
They did. But, I mean, Russell Wilson, can we all agree he's probably done?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's the writing's on the wall. I mean, it'll be Jackson Dart time at some point during this season, but don't put the rookie in there too early. Give him about 5 to 6 games to give a little excitement with the fan base and everything. Then throw him in there and, you know, kind of go maybe even wait around for the bye week time.
Wait till they start out 0-4, 0-5.
Yeah. I mean, you know, because, you know, they got the Cowboys coming up here soon, so let's see, go from there. But, you know, I mean, like I said, again, the Giants weren't too much to be, exciting to write about going forward. But the Commanders, I mean, Jaden Daniels still looks like that real deal. Doesn't look like he's progressing. Wasn't on the same page with Terry McLaurin, but they were able to get Deebo Samuel involved with the offense. And those Packers, I'll tell you.
But that Packers defense, especially with Parsons only playing the limited snaps that he did.
With what they did to the Lions offense. Now, how much of that is a byproduct of having a new offensive coordinator and Ben Johnson being gone? Because they could have read a stat, something along the lines of without Sean McVay and Ben Johnson as his offensive coordinator, Jared Goff's record is like 3-18.
Really bad.
Oh, yeah, it's like 3-18, man, like without Ben Johnson and Sean McVay. Okay. So, you know what I mean? Again, let's see what happens. It was a home opener for them. It was a lot of excitement, but the Lambeau Field was buzzing. So, you know, it's going to be an exciting Thursday night game. It's going to be an exciting Thursday night game. The NFL, shout out to the NFL for doing a great job scheduling this early part of the season, because we've had nothing but excitement going forward here.
Right.
All right, so the Commanders are at 3. I got them at 3.5-point dogs on the road.
Okay, I've got 3.
You got 3?
3.
All right, who do you like in this game?
I like Green Bay, actually, to hold serve here at home. Give me the money line. I'll give away the 3, and I like the under in this one.
You like the under?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the unders, a lot of unders hit last week.
They did.
That's why the book.
This one's high. This was 48.5. Yeah, this is one of the higher ones.
Yeah, that's what I got to 48.5. So I actually have 3.5 through FanDuel right now for the Commanders. So I like the Commanders to cover that 3.5. But I think the Packers can pull this out by a field goal or less though at home. And then I like the under 2 as well at 48.5. All right, so the next up we got the Browns at the Ravens. This is probably the biggest spread. This is the biggest spread of the week.
This one, 12.5 points.
You got 12.5. I got 11.5. Yeah, I got 11.5. Either way,
see if it's come down at all.
Yeah, it's the hugest spread of the week by far, you know. But you know what? I think the Browns are a lot better team than what everybody thinks about right now. I think the Browns are a lot better team than what everybody thinks about right now. I mean, they actually had a very boring, ugly game against the Bengals that they barely lost. You know, a couple turnovers that they ended that game for them. I like the Browns to cover that 11.5, but the Ravens to pull it off after a disappointing loss that they gave away against Buffalo.
Against the Bills. I mean, that game was crazy. Yeah, so we shouldn't expect Baltimore to do that again. No. As Cleveland's defense is too good.
Yeah, but I do like it under, though. I mean, this one as well.
You like the under?
Yeah, I like the under at 45.5.
I will take the points, but I like the over in this one in Baltimore to win the game.
Okay, so you're going to take the Ravens as points? Or you say,
no, I'm going to give...
give the okay, gotcha. Yeah, the Browns.
I want the points.
I got you.
For the Browns.
Yep, I got you. All right, so next up we got the Rams at the Titans. So the Rams came off of a tough victory against the Texans.
They did
last week. So I mean, that was a good victory for them. 14-9 win. It sealed the deal with a good drive at the end of the game. Rams are 5.5-point favorites against the Titans. Titans actually held serve pretty good against the Broncos last week.
Especially against that Broncos defense. They managed to score 12 points still.
I think they had, and if you count the drops, I mean, there was no shy of 6 drops in that game.
Yeah.
Like Cam Ward looked pretty good against that defense.
Ridley missed a couple himself.
Yeah, so I mean, they've got a guy at quarterback with Cam Ward going forward. So with 5.5 points, I actually like the Rams to cover that 5.5 and obviously pull out the victory. I like the over at 42.5 in that game.
You like the over? I'll take the under in this one. I will give away the 5.5 points, and obviously Rams should win this game, even in Tennessee.
Yeah. All right, so next up we got the Bears at the Lions. 2 teams with 2 disappointing losses last week. The Bears Monday night actually had the chance to win that game. Started out hot, and then just all of a sudden the Vikings caught on in the second half. Really the fourth quarter.
Brian Flores' defense, he dialed it up.
Yep. And
dialed up more blitzes in the second half.
Yes.
And it kind of got to Williams a little bit.
Yeah, J.J. McCarthy became alive there in the second half. I mean, really in the fourth quarter. Yeah, really it was the fourth quarter. I mean, really they basically won the fourth quarter, which won the game for them. So who do you like in this game, Bobby?
I like the Lions to win at home just because it's your home opener of the season. Give me the over 46.5, but I will take the points for the Bears. I think this is a closer game than 5.5.
Really? So I actually like the Lions to win this game and cover. Actually, the 5.5. Yeah, I like them to cover, but I also like the over. I got the over at 47.5. Yeah, even at 47.5, I like that.
47.5 is what you got?
Yep. Yeah, I like that 47.5. All right, so next up we got the Bills at the Jets.
It's another interesting game right here. I mean, the Jets really took it to the Steelers last week and potentially could have won that game.
Could have. I mean, a 60-yard field goal away. I mean, pretty much.
For Boswell to win that
Boswell
one.
bombing a 60-yard field goal away from them really winning that game. So, for me, I've been a big Justin Fields detractor, but I'm going to be honest with you. I was very highly impressed.
No, he looked good
watching him play that game. I mean, he looked highly impressive last week. Very impressive. Bills, obviously, Josh Allen doing his MVP type shit, coming back the way he did.
Well, talk about taking over a fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, some of it sometimes better be lucky than good. I mean, that tip pass to
that was crazy.
That was 4th and 2. Say that doesn't happen, I mean, that game's pretty much over. So I mean, but again, that's the way the magic happens. That's why I can't wait for the betting to hit live here, because if I had any type of betting juice in me for during the course of that game, I would have live bet that the Bills would have came back to win that game.
It would have probably been really good money.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, I would have. The moment Keon Coleman caught that pass, I was like, if I could live bet right now, I would instantly take the Bills to come back and beat this game because I knew it. I saw it happen. So, Bills and the Jets,
they're giving up 7 points. I have 7.
I got 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah, so I like the Bills to cover that 6.5 against the Jets. I just feel like that's going to be the Jets looked good last week, but I still feel like the Bills are going to be the Bills as far as their control on this division, their stranglehold on the division. So obviously they're going to win outright, in my opinion. And I like the over at 45.5. Justin Fields showed me enough from him to say that they can cover that over.
The Jets should be able to score some points. Breece Hall looked really good.
Yes.
I mean, Wilson, obviously he showed what he can do.
They got their chemistry back back from their college days at Ohio State. So.
They cut the guy that dropped the fumbled
Xavier Gibson.
They cut him. I will take the 7 points for the Jets, though.
Okay.
I think it's to be a little closer.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. But I can also see the Bills kind of
blowing them out. Yeah, I could see him blowing them out.
Or even at least I said that he's coming to 7 because I got it at 6.5. So that's the main reason why I kind of like that spread there. All right, so next up we got the Giants and the Cowboys. Giants, offensively looked inept. The Cowboys basically had some CeeDee Lamb drops. They looked impressive against the Eagles last week. This is the home opener for the Cowboys here. So as long as the offensive line can hold up, in my opinion, I think the Cowboys are going to hold this game up.
Should win this game.
I got them at 5.5-point favorites, so I think they're going to cover that 5.5, win the game outright. I like the under in this one, though, at 44.5, just because of the Giants' offense.
I like the under as well. I like the 44.5. I think Dallas wins this game, but I will take the 5.5 points.
You'll take that 5.5?
Yeah, that's a division game. The Cowboys, I know they kept it close with the Eagles last week. It'd probably end up being one of those type of games again this week.
See, I did that last week with the Giants with Washington, where I thought they might cover that 5.5.
Right.
They just offensively look inept. I mean, until Russell Wilson is I don't know. I mean, and he might hit a couple of those deep balls against them. Who knows what happens? I mean, the pass rush didn't look great with the Cowboys.
No.
Their lane discipline was very, shoddy last week.
Yeah, they got gashed for 148.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was Jalen Hurts breaking on broken plays. I mean, where he was just breaking the pocket and running because the rush wasn't cohesive at all. So they said, but yeah, so I mean, you like them covering the points?
I think they'll.
All right,
they'll
right
get
on.
the points.
All right, so next up we got the 49ers at the Saints. 49ers at the Saints.
All right, the Saints had Spencer Rattler throw the ball 46 times last week. I didn't know he had an arm like that.
I knew he had an arm like that, but the Saints pretty much looked like how I expected the Saints to look.
No, I was being a little specific.
Oh yeah. No, I got you. Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying and what you're throwing down.
What are they thinking?
Because I mean they're kind of at a lost place right now, man. I mean they were in cap purgatory right now as far as like how bad their salary cap conditions are. They had to draft a rookie quarterback who they kind of have if questions about.
Right.
Then you got Spencer Rattler, who's another second-year quarterback that you go into, like trying to go into this offseason.
But I'm just saying, you still got Kamara back there. I mean,
but here's an interesting stat that I found out about Kamara that I didn't realize that going into the season. He has never had a 1,000-yard rushing season in his NFL career.
Well, no, he's more of a gadget back.
Well, I mean, he can run the ball, but his
you
most
give him
dangerous
limited touches.
effects.
Well, that's why they supposedly drafted Keontae Miller last year.
Yeah, I mean, because like you got to think when he first splashed on the scene was with Mark Ingram in the backfield with him, and so you had Mark Ingram doing a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of heavy bashing. Kamara's never been that back to really run between the tackles, or in between the center and the guard area and the inside runs. He's more of a stretch runner. Where he's gonna run,
get him outside.
He's going to run on the edges. You're going to throw him some bubble
zone
screens.
reads.
A couple zone read plays. So, I mean, it kind of the Saints were pretty much what I expected them to be when I watched them play the Cardinals last week.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, 49ers got problems of their own right now. You got Jawan Jennings potentially out. Kittle's on the IR for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, but still probably week 6 at least.
Purdy, he's hurting with back and toe issues. So, I still think the 49ers win this game. I'll take the under and have the 49ers cover that 3 points.
I'm with you completely, and I like the under 2 as well. I had it at 42.5. All right, so the next up we got the Patriots and the Dolphins. Patriots with a very disappointing loss to open up the season against the Raiders, and nobody expected that, and the Dolphins with a piss-poor performance against the Colts. I mean, made the Colts look like Super Bowl contenders with how bad that they looked. I mean, I don't think any team looked worse than the Dolphins last week.
The first time in modern-day NFL history where a team scored on every drive. The Colts had 7 drives, 4 field goals, 3 touchdowns.
Every drive made Danny Dimes look like a legend. They made him look like a legend. And Tyler Warren is a fucking beast, man. I mean, we all knew it coming into it, but like to see it like real live action on the NFL field, Tyler Warren is an animal.
And Miami's in complete disarray right now.
Yes, they definitely are. But with that being said, the Patriots don't do well in Miami.
They don't, and you've said this before, but I really think Miami's in such disarray that Daniel's probably going to be fired by week 5. So give me New England to go down there and win.
See, I like, you know what? Give me the Dolphins to cover, give them the win, and I like the under at 43.5.
I like the under as well.
Just because of the fact that noise has been so loud about how bad the Dolphins were, we're still dealing with professional athletes, and the history tells us like that New England just doesn't do well going down to South Beach and playing in that heat. Yeah, at any given time, whether it be end of the season, late. Beginning of the season, whatever it is, they just don't do well going down to South Beach and playing. So I'm just going to go off of that history there. Okay. I really was kind of disappointed with the performance that they had offensively last week.
They did not.
They just did not seem like they had very good command of Josh McDaniels' offense at all, really, whatsoever.
They didn't run the ball well.
They're running the ball well in the whole night. So, I'm going to take the Dolphins on it. They're favored to win. Vegas likes them to win. I'm going to take them to win on that side because that means somebody's chirping down there. The Patriots usually don't do well down there in South Beach. All right, so next up we got the Jaguars at the Bengals. Bengals looked horrible against the Browns, absolutely horrible. The Jaguars game against the Panthers, that was kind of an outlier because they had that weather delay. I mean, it was weird.
The Panthers, still are not going to be very good.
I don't think they're going to be very good, but again, I told you they're my sneaky cover team for this year. But I think the biggest thing was that weather delay because we saw it with Dallas. They were cruising and smashed that over. Actually smashed it.
And then
they went that weather delay, and nobody did anything after
nothing.
that. So
3 points after that.
So same thing with that Jaguars Carolina game. Because when every game was wrapping up, they were still in the second quarter, just getting started again. That's how bad that weather delay was. So with that being said, I like the Jaguars to actually cover this game, and they have them at 3.5.
Yep.
But I like the Bengals to win at home.
Yes.
I like them to win at home, and it's over-unders at 49.5. This would be a game that I would highlight a lot of prop bets on as far as
so
get
you
a lot
like
of players.
the over in this one?
Yes, I like the over.
Right.
Yes, I like the over.
We're in agreement, but I like the under.
You like the under? Yep. Yeah. Yeah, see, just because the Bengals' defense isn't very good, and their offense is explosive enough to where I'd like them putting up some points there. All right, so the next up we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Steelers. Seattle losing a rough game at home against the 49ers last week. Steelers with a huge win going in the Jets with that big pullout out at the end of the game. The Steelers are at 2.5-point favorite. Who you liking this one?
I've got 3 for the Steelers, but yeah, I think the Steelers take care of the Seahawks here. Obviously, you got the Seahawks flying all the way across the country to play a game, but I will take the over 40.5.
Okay. So you got it 40.5. I had 39.5, but I like the over, which I picked the over in that game last week when it was against the Jets.
Right.
Because I thought 38.5 was too low.
No, I went with the under on that one. I missed out.
Yeah, and they pretty much blew that out the water. So I just think, between the Steelers and Seahawks, I think
they should be able to put up more than 40.
Yeah, so I think they should be able to put up more than 40 points combined. I like the Steelers to win this game at home and basically have a Aaron Rodgers Steelers show with what's the band's name? Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life.
Oh, shit. Now you're putting me on the spot.
Arm of the law. I think that bad boy is going to be rocking. It's going to be rocking. So, all right. So, so we go. Next up, we got the Broncos at the Colts. The Broncos, who was a lot of people's favorites, winning that division there this year. And the Colts, who looked very, very strong. Again, let's see how good the Colts are. This is going to be a good test to see how good the Colts are and how bad Miami actually was.
Well, I have to go with the Denver defense here, even though they didn't look exactly fantastic last week against Tennessee. But I still think that Denver defense is one of the better in the leagues. They have the ability to go into Indianapolis and beat them.
Yeah. So I got them there at 2.5-point favorite. So I like Denver actually to go into Indianapolis and beat them too as well. Especially coming off the emotion of last week where it was honoring Jim Irsay, the whole nine. So I think there's going to be a little bit of a regression there as far as the energy-wise in that stadium. Plus, they're going to be playing a much better, tougher competition. So I like Denver to go in and win this game.
Daniel Jones generally doesn't do that 2 games in a row. He likes to throw stinkers in there.
Typically does it, and also, too, he's going to be facing a lot of tight man coverage in this game. So that's going to be tough for him, too, as well. I like the under on this one at 42.5. Okay,
I like the over.
You like the over?
I like the over.
Yeah, see, I like both defenses look pretty good. So that's the only reason why I was like, oh, man, I might be hard-pressed to hit that over on this one.
But I will take Denver to cover that 2.5. And win that game.
Nice. All right, so next up we got the Panthers at the Cardinals. Panthers are 6.5-point Panthers are 6.5-point dogs going into Arizona there. Like I said, the Panthers are my team to be kind of sneaky cover. I don't think you're going to have the weather issues you had last week and kind of let them get in a little bit of a groove. Cardinals look pretty good for the most part, but again, they're kind of this is the battle of the smallest quarterbacks in the NFL pretty much right now this week. I like the Panthers to cover that 6.5, but the Cardinals to win and hit that money line. And I like the under at 44.5.
I'm in complete agreement all the way across the board on that one.
All right, so we don't need to dive in that one too deep. This one's going to be a big one here. We got the Eagles at the Chiefs.
Eagles at the Chiefs. Rematch of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl rematch. Chiefs took a tough pounding against the Cardinals. I got them as 1.5. I got the Chiefs as 1.5-point dogs at home. 1.5-point dogs at home. Yes.
Let's see. Yep, that's what I got too.
Yeah, so you know what? For this game, for me, I like the Chiefs to actually come back and bounce back and win this game.
Win this one?
Yeah, the only reason why I say that, they lost Xavier Worthy. They don't have Rasheed Rice. You got Marquise Hollywood-Brown. the receiving position is very shoddy.
Schuster-Smith.
But the thing is though, is that right now, the Eagles had to bring in a Dory Jackson. He looked bad against the Cowboys. Right. Don't be surprised if the Eagles have to go out and try and make a move trade-wise to solidify their secondary. Because if they don't, they are not going to be Super Bowl repeat with this secondary as it stands right now. They will not repeat. I guarantee. I mark my words. They will not repeat with this secondary. So I like the Chiefs with the energy going, playing that first game at Arrowhead to pull off the victory there as underdogs, and give me the over at 46.5.
All right. So we're in complete disagreement on this one, baby. First one. No, I just think the Eagles are rolling right now, and Kansas City's too banged up to get it done.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of they know they can't go 0-2. Like when you go
because somebody's going 2-0 in that division.
Yeah, and so the thing is, if you go 0-2, I think what is it? They said it's been a 4% rate of anybody going back to the Super Bowl of any team that starts the season 0-2. So that's a very low percentage to go into.
That means it's probably happened one time.
Well, it happened. I know, the year when Elvin Smith held out and the Cowboys went 0-2.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and they went 0-2 to start the season. And when Emmett came back, then they got the steam rolling back again, and they went back and won the Super Bowl. I can't remember the last time it's happened, since then or before then when. But a 4% chance, that's not high.
Yeah, that's not high.
That's not high.
That's not high.
That's not high at all. All right, so next up we got the Sunday night game. We got the Falcons at the Vikings. Falcons with a heartbreaking loss last week.
And Koo had the chance to tie that game up.
Yes, he did.
But it wasn't even that long of a field goal.
No, I mean, it was like a 20-yard field goal. I mean, he's a very reliable kicker, but I mean, you know what? When that pressure's on you, baby, sometimes, pressure busts pipes. So who you like in this one, Bobby?
I like it. It's a home opener for Minnesota here, so hold serve at home. Give me the over 44.5 because I still believe these teams will put up points, but Minnesota will cover.
Okay. All right, so I'd actually like the Falcons to cover this game, but Minnesota to pull out a tough victory at home. So maybe like a field goal, last-second field goal victory there. Right. I like the under at 44.5. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the under just because the Vikings defense is pretty solid. The Falcons defense looked like they were pretty serviceable this year in comparison to last year. So, yeah, I like that under.
Yeah, I mean, they kept – really, that game was low scoring for the typical.
For a long time, for a really long time.
For what it's been lately.
Surprisingly low for what I thought it was going to be.
23-20.
Because, I mean, really, it was like I said, last second score by the Bucs really to go on top.
Yeah, because the over-under was 47.5.
Yeah, so, I mean, they still didn't hit the over. So, I mean, so I like that over. I like that under on this one. All right, so we got the doubleheader on Monday night here to wrap up the week. Yes. We got the Buccaneers and the Texans, which looked like it should be a premium matchup. The Texans' defense looked amazing. Offense, not so much, but they played a good, tough Rams defense last week. Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield still pulling out that magic. Looks like he's going to be their quarterback for the next 10 years.
And Mbuku looks fucking fantastic.
And Mbuku looks, I mean, he's amazing. Yeah. I mean, everybody pretty much knew it. They kind of said pencil him in. It's like another Terry McLaurin. He never was a highlight receiver at Ohio State because there was always Marvin Harrison Sr. or Jr., Then you also had Jeremiah Smith. He was always kind of overlooked, but he's still also the all-time leading receiver in statistical category for Ohio State Buckeyes. Right. He was just always silently the number 2.
Just silent assassin.
And he came out with the game, guns a-blazing, man. He had 2 touchdowns, game winner. Apparently called his own shot because he called and asked for that play. He ran that post. So
really?
I hadn't heard that. Yeah, so he called and asked for that play, running that post. So I mean, I like the in this game though. This is the Texans at home. It's a season opener. Their defense is pretty tough. I like the Texans, especially without Tristan Wirfs. If he hasn't come back yet, which I think he's still about a couple weeks away before he comes off the IR. I like the Texans to win this game at 2.5-point favorites. Give me the over at 42.5 on this one.
Okay, I like the under, but I like the other two.
Gotcha. All right. So last thing to wrap up the week, we got a battle of the undefeateds. We got the Chargers at the Raiders. The Chargers at the Raiders. So the Chargers look good. I mean,
they look fantastic.
They played bully ball against the Chiefs. I mean, pretty much won that handily. Raiders look pretty good and solid against the Patriots. Their performance last week?
I mean, they're going to have to run the ball a little better.
I was disappointed with the yardage from Genty.
Yeah, he only averaged 2 yards a carry.
Right.
But, I mean, he did get in the end zone, so if you had him in fantasy, at least rescued.
Yeah, touchdown saved the day. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, he only had like 30 yards, I think, of total rushing yards.
I think he had 2 catches for like 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, I mean, but you can tell. I mean,
but that means they're going to throw him balls out of the backfield, which is always good.
Brock Bowers has basically escaped a serious injury.
He
apparently,
did.
Apparently, you got Brock Bowers on the injury. So Brock Bowers, I mean, he escaped a big injury. So, thankfully, it wasn't anything major for the Raiders there. So they got that weapon still in place. And again,
Jacoby Myers looked fine.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers looked good. Despite the contract disputes they had going on during the offseason. I think the biggest thing for the Raiders is going to be they have to get that running game, like we said, going. I mean, that's going to be the biggest thing.
They're going to have to run that ball.
With that being said, I don't think it's going to be this week against the Chargers.
No.
I think the Chargers are going to cover that 3 points in their favorite by. And give me the under at 46.5.
I like that too.
Because I feel like the Chargers with this game are going to try and probably slow the game down a little bit. They probably will take their big shots down the field just because the Raiders secondary is kind of susceptible to some big plays. Because they had, what was his name? Was Kevin or Calvin Butte, whatever.
Butte.
Yeah, from the Patriots. I mean, he had a big week last week, against them. I mean,
he did.
So again, the Chargers got some better weapons, I think, than that. Quentin Johnson looks like he's kind of like shaking that bust stigma he had on his career. So, give me the Chargers on that one, and I like the under.
Yeah, because Johnson went off, 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns, which I needed Marion Hampton, goddammit.
So, which brings me to my bet of the week right here. So, I need McConkey into the end zone this game here. McConkey, Irving, the running back from Tampa Bay, and Bill Merritt, the running back from Washington. I guess that's what he wants to be called.
Bill Merritt? Bill Merritt?
Well, Bill McConkey Merritt.
Yeah, Bill McConkey Merritt.
Or McCoskey.
I think it's McCoskey.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. He's on my team, yeah, but I think it's McCoskey. I think it's McCoskey Merritt. Yeah, McCoskey Merritt. Wild Bill McCoskey Merritt.
So that's going off at plus 1506.
Oh,
that's
nice.
for a 3-touchdown one.
Nice.
None of them scored last week, so.
Okay, I like that. All right, so mine is for this Thursday night special here coming up. So give me Josh Jacobs and Terry McLaurin for anytime touchdowns there. Jaden Daniels over 30 yards plus rushing. And then Matthew Golden, another 30 yards plus receiving. That's where I'm going with this week.
All right, I like that. What's that going on?
Oh, that's going off at plus 693.
Okay.
Plus 693. So,
I like that.
Yeah, that's kind of in my wheelhouse there where I'm trying to kind of stick to. Hit some ground rule doubles instead of hitting them grand slams.
Well, last week I hit on 2 of my 3 bets. The 2 I hit on, one was 309, plus 309. The other one was like 269.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's definitely in that wheel range if
Right.
you want to hit on a bet. Because the other one I made was plus 1,000, and it did come
Yeah,
close.
I mean, you're just anytime you get up in those odds, I mean, it goes down so hard. I mean, like anything plus 500 or more is like you got a 2% chance of hitting.
Right.
And we've hit more than our share of hot bets like that.
We
but
have.
again, but then you keep swinging and shooting for those, and you lose and you lose and you lose, and that's no fun for anybody. All right.
I hit a 1,786 one.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
You did. Dave had a good week last week.
What was that? Did Derrick Henry 2 touchdowns, 1 anytime touchdown?
Derrick Henry, Allen, Cook, and Jackson all scored.
Oh, nice.
That was a good man. That was the game to put all your juice.
Oh
on.
yeah, anytime you get so that's what like when you look and you're going to bet. Anytime when you have those high over-unders, that's what you're looking for. You look at those high over-unders, that's when you want to go and shoot for those prop bets of anytime touchdown scores because Vegas is predicting them. If it's anything like 49 and above, you know, okay, they're projecting, okay, you're going to get at least 4 to 5, 6 touchdowns in that game. So, like, what you're looking for is a high probability who's going to be those touchdown scores in those games. It's when you do a game that's like plus 42 and a half, and then you're trying to go through and you try to get 4 touchdown scores out of that.
Who's going to score?
Yeah, who's going to be a touchdown score out of that? That's a lot tougher. But once you start getting about the 50-point range, I mean,
that's the game where the fullback comes in and poaches
right,
a touchdown.
exactly. Then you just like pulling one out of your ass.
The backup tight end.
All right, so we got any Director Dave dumbass picks this week?
No, I didn't make any.
No, yeah. Director Dave is like he's waiting. He's slow playing us here going forward into the season.
I mean, he's already up on the season.
Yeah,
so.
he's already up on the season. So I need to get on a winning track here because I've been on a slide. I've been on a losing slide. So come on, baby, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Shout out to Director Dave for keeping us up on the 1s and 2s. Shout out to True and Track for blessing us with these beats. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Add in the comments section. I'm Jason Smoking Token.
I'm Bobby Light.
We'll see you next week.
Peace.